So today, let's go deeper than the usual question of how do I make money online? Let's ask a much better question. How do I build something that keeps paying me, long after the actual work is done? Let's get into it. So maybe you did it. You escaped the 9 to 5, you're making good money, and you're calling the shots. But I want to start with a tough question, one that a lot of successful freelancers hit a wall with. Did you actually escape a job, or did you just build yourself a new one? A shinier one, sure, but one where you're not just the boss, you're also the only employee. And that question right there leads us straight into something called the freelancer's freedom trap. It's this weird paradox where the more successful you get, the less actual freedom you have. Your income goes up, yeah, but so does the pressure, and pretty soon you feel completely changed to your work. Does this look a little too familiar? Back-to-back calls all day, your phone buzzing with messages you have to answer, constantly putting out fires for clients, and doing all the delivery yourself. You might be pulling in $8,000, maybe even $12,000 a month, but your life is just a chaotic scramble. If that's you, you haven't built a business. You've built a really high-paying job where you're the single point of failure, one burnout away from your income dropping to zero. Okay, so how do you get out? How do you break that cycle? Well, the answer isn't to just work harder or find more hours in the day. It's about a complete fundamental shift in how you think. It's about going from being a worker to becoming an operator. This chart just nails the difference. See, the worker is always asking, how much more can I earn? How many more hours can I bill? But the operator, they're asking a totally different question. How much can my system produce even when I'm not here? A worker sells their time and effort. An operator sells a predictable result. Just making that one mental flip from execution to strategy changes everything. And here's the really hard part, To make that shift, you have to let go. Holding on to every single task feels safe. It feels like you're guaranteeing the quality. But true growth, real scale, that requires trusting other people and trusting the systems you've built. It means you have to get comfortable with being a little uncomfortable. So how do we actually do this? Escaping the trap isn't just about mindset. It's about having a real strategy. So let's get into the practical playbook. It's all built on what we'll call the 3 pillars of leverage. Here they are, the 3 big steps. First, you're going to turn your services into actual systems. Second, you'll add recurring revenue to get off the cash flow roller coaster. And third, you're going to build authority so the right clients come straight to you. Let's break each one of these down. So pillar 1, systemize your services. This is all about getting out of the business of selling your personal time. Instead, you start selling a documented, repeatable process that gets a specific result. You're basically building a machine, and your new job is just to sell what the machine makes. Let's look at how the math on this actually works. Say you sell an AI automation service for $2,500, but instead of doing it yourself, you pay a great contractor $1,000 to do the technical work. You go out and land 6 clients. That's $15,000 in revenue. You pay your contractor $6,000 and you're left with $9,000 in profit, just for doing sales and a bit of project management. You're earning more money while doing none of the grunt work. That is what leverage feels like. Okay, on to pillar 2, adding recurring revenue. This one is all about ending the constant financial stress of your business. See, project-based work, it's a nonstop feast or famine cycle. The whole goal here is to smooth that out with predictable, stable income. And this chart just shows it so perfectly. On the left, you can practically feel the anxiety in those volatile up and down bars. That's one-time income. But on the right, that's the calm, steady growth you get from retainers, subscriptions, or maintenance plans. That stable foundation lowers your stress, which lets you think clearer and perform better, which, surprise, surprise, fuels even more growth. It's an amazing positive feedback loop. And that brings us to the 3rd and final pillar, building authority. Honestly, this is the ultimate form of leverage. This is what completely flips the script from you chasing down clients to having clients hunt you down. And you do it by consistently sharing what you know through a personal brand, a newsletter, social media, whatever it takes to become the go-to expert in your space. And just look at the massive difference it makes. You could be offering the exact same service, but the perception is night and day. Without authority, you're a commodity, a vendor. You have to chase leads and compete on price. But with authority, you're seen as an expert. The leads come to you, and you can charge a massive premium. Authority isn't just a vanity metric. It's a serious income multiplier. So, what happens when you put all of this together? What does it actually look like in the real world? Well, this isn't some get-rich-quick fantasy. It's a structured, pretty realistic path to building real, sustainable, long-term wealth. This timeline just lays out the journey perfectly. Look how it layers. Year 1, you're focused on getting good at a skill. Year 2, you're turning that skill into a repeatable system. By year 3, you're scaling that system with a team. Year 4, you cash in on your authority and launch a product. And year 5, that's when your business income starts becoming actual wealth through investments. This is a plan, not a pipe dream. Okay, now we're at what I think is the most important part of this whole thing. Because look, having a great plan is one thing, but actually sticking to it for 5 years, that's a whole other challenge. And it requires a very specific commitment. Let me tell you, the biggest threat to this 5-year plan, it's not AI and it's not your competition. It's distraction. It's that constant pull of the new shiny object, the next big trend, the easy shortcut that promises you the world. Every time you chase one of those, you're just hitting the reset button on your progress, sending yourself right back to the start. And so, every single day, it really just boils down to this one fundamental choice. Are you going to be on the path of consumption or the path of creation? Are you going to spend your time chasing shortcuts, or are you going to build real systems? This is the commitment. This is the whole philosophy, right here, in 3 words. A system is a long-term asset. It grows over time. A shortcut is a short-term trick that fades. You have to remember, the internet always rewards consistency way more than it rewards raw talent. So here's what I want you to do. Go down to the comments right now and type system shortcut. That's it. That's your public commitment to choose building over chasing. And hey, if you're serious about this, about building real income, real leverage, and real freedom, not just the hype, make sure you subscribe. Because look, the time is going to pass no matter what. 5 years from now, you're either going to be so grateful you started today, or you're going to wish you did. The choice is yours.